Trading was so difficult for me when I first started. There's so much information out there, so many different strategies and techniques that you've got no idea where to start. And even when you start your journey, there are hundreds of pitfalls that can cost you time, and the specific strategy we're focused on today in this video cost me thousands of dollars, and I'll even share the stories of how it happened, and also cost me hundreds of hours, not to mention a ton of stress. And I really don't want anyone else to have to go through this on their trading journey. So if you're interested in saving yourself a bunch of money and a bunch of time and becoming a more profitable trader, this video is for you. I know there are people out there making this exact mistake, and this is going to be one of the primary reasons they are not making money in the markets. One thing you learn later in your trading career, and with most things in life, is that you make more money by doing less. It's more important for me to say no to bad trades than yes to good trades. And this specific strategy will help you filter out a lot of nonsense. See, in 2017, I made a ton of money in the bull market, and my strategy was finding really strong narratives and betting heavily on altcoins. This worked really well, except in 2018, it stopped working. And by the time I realized and I'd taken my money out of the market, it cost me about $400,000. Then I switched strategies. In 2018, I was mostly scalping on the intraday timeframes. Found a system that worked really well. Every time BTC, ETH, or EOS at the time would rally, I'd aggressively short the market and keep trying to catch the top of the bear market rallies. I was making hundreds of thousands of dollars a day at the time, which was a ton of money for me, and it was great until that also stopped working. So again, I was stuck having to find my next strategy that was going to make me money, and that's when I discovered altcoin trading in 2019. I'd started a little bit earlier in 2018, but 2019 is when I went really hard on it, and I found the missing piece. I found what was missing from my trading, and that's what I want to share with you today. See, without this, you're never going to succeed in trading, because the first secret is that there is no holy grail. Now, I'm using this terminology from a fantastic book called Trade Your Way to Financial Freedom. Sounds a little gimmicky, but it's really good. So what is the holy grail? So the holy grail is this idea that there is this one magical thing that when you find it, you suddenly start making money and you become a professional trader. That one pattern or that one formula or that one trading style that's going to make everything click and your portfolio numbers start to go up. But that's not how it works. The market is not static. The market is constantly changing. You need to know what market conditions you are in, and you need to trade accordingly. Adapt your systems or have specific systems for different market conditions. So my missing piece in 2017 was that we were in a very bullish market. In fact, one of the craziest bull markets I've ever seen. And my strategy was great, finding narratives, trading narratives, buying high, selling higher when the market is super bullish is an extremely effective strategy and one of the best ways to make money. I won't pretend to be a genius. That's money printing season. Just identify them and most of your trading profits will come in these market conditions. So here's a 3-step system to identify bullish market conditions. You need to first look at market structure. Market makes a low, then it makes a new high. Then the low is higher than the previous low. And you can see it keeps doing this sort of structure. Every time it makes a high and comes down, the new low is higher than the previous low. The new high is higher than the previous high. And every time it does this, you know that this trend is continuing. And if we watch the market continue here, you can see that it came down, didn't really test this one, and now it's off to make new highs. Continues going. Again, new high, new low is higher than the previous low. We've got a new high here. And this market structure, as you can see, you've got a high here, you've got a low here. Then this next high, higher than this one. This next low, higher than this low. And it keeps going and it keeps going until you see something like this. Price made one final one there, came here, and then broke down below this. That is the market structure broken. You can see this trend over here that we saw the whole way up shifted. So this here, these series of higher highs and higher lows is a bullish market structure. Step 2, really easy. You want to look at moving averages because if you have 3 of them, they're going to all fan out like this as the market goes up. When they're fanned out with the lowest one on top and the highest one down here, if you want to see my settings, Here I'm using the 7, the 30, and the 100-day moving average. These will give us a clear indication of the trend. And you can see over here, as the market structure broke, so did all of these moving averages. Pretty much at this level here where the structure shifted, so did the moving averages. Step 3, you actually want to look at the distance between the highs. Every time we make a new high, how much higher is the next one? So for example, we have this move there, we have this move here, and this move here. I'm using a really simple example to help you visualize. Can you see how this indicates the strength weakening? Huge move here, weaker and weaker. You see signs of market structure weakening when the distance between these two highs gets shorter and the explosiveness gets less. Now, outside of the charts, you want to be looking for lots of positive news, euphoria, and hype. When you see market structure, lots of higher highs, lots of higher lows, lots of moving averages fanning out, you see the distance between each high is really big, explosive moves every single time we hit new all-time highs, and you combine this with really positive sentiment, lots of euphoria in the market, you have money printing season. Even right now in the market, the reason I've managed to trade this move here so well is just this strategy. Look, here we have our high, our low. Price exploded up and it made a new high, a new low. Exploded up again, new high, new low. Exploded up again. I saw the distance get smaller between the two, and that's why I was looking for shorts and turning bearish at 25k. Why? Because I saw the structure shift. I saw that this was a bullish breakout. Then I saw that it was weakening, and it was unlikely that we'd be able to break this resistance because of that. If I had this in 2017, maybe I wouldn't have lost that $400,000. Now, remember in 2018, I was scalping EOS, BTC, ETH. I had a system that was really good at shorting market rallies. That is all I did on repeat day in and day out, and my hit rate was through the roof. There were some months where I had 90% plus success rate with my trades. This is actually how my account started on Twitter. I just publicly grew using this exact strategy, an account from 30k to 45k in 1 month. I didn't realize this at the time, but my strategy was working really well because it was the right strategy for the market at that time. So let's take a look. Now, I don't know if it was instinct or luck, but take a look. 2018 starts over here, and that's exactly when the 2017 market structure went from bullish, like we described earlier, and take a look. The moving averages will be doing exactly what you'd expect, fanning out. And then what happened right at this level here? We saw that big shift. We went from bullish to bearish. In a bearish market, we see the opposite here. Low, high, lower low, lower high. Then again, a similar low, another lower high, similar low, little bit lower. And it keeps going all the way down to here. Now, why was my shorting strategy working so well? Because we were in bearish market conditions, just like before. So step 1, you look for these series of lower highs and lower lows. You look for moving averages that are going in a downwards direction, fanning out downwards. And step 3, this one is a little bit different. To look for the end of these sorts of bear trends, it doesn't really matter if the distances get less, because you often end up with periods of very low movement like this, where price barely goes up and down and just goes sideways a lot, almost consolidates. Now, in a bear market, you can see a lot of these periods within, and it doesn't mean the bear market's over. It just means it could go sideways for a while and then crash back down afterwards. And then you see sideways for a while. And the only time you see a proper shift is when you see, like before, a change in direction. You can see we made lower highs here, and that's when the market shifted. From these, it broke up. Then it again broke up this key level over here, got above. So it's a little bit different in these bearish conditions. The bonus signs you want to look for these sorts of market conditions where it's great to try short every single rally is the coins don't pump to news. In the bull market, when great news comes out, cryptocurrencies go crazy. In the bear market, they just don't react whatsoever. Good news comes out about a protocol upgrade, good news comes out about an airdrop, and the price stays static or even continues to go down. These are key signs of bear market activity. So again, if I could have identified why my strategy was working at the time, I would have been able to stop it earlier. Because remember, I said some months I got 90%. Eventually that came down to 50%, sometimes under 50%, where some months would be profitable, some months wouldn't be profitable, and it really just wasn't the type of system I should have been trading when the market started going sideways for ages, because it was those long sideways periods that really started to hurt. Most of 2018, the beginning of 2019 was boring sideways action where it was extremely difficult to make money. So now my scalping system wasn't working anymore and I was back at square one. This is where I had a real crisis. Like, am I going to have to every few months spend weeks, I spend weeks backtesting my systems trying to find something new that works. It was emotionally difficult because this is why I came to trading, because I didn't want to have this sort of uncertainty with my income anymore. I was happy to make more or less some months, but I didn't want to have to refine my strategy, my holy grail every single time. And that's when I came to my realization. I make the most money in bull markets. I make decent money in bear markets. The thing they both have in common is that the price moves a lot. When price moves a lot, I can make money. I can find opportunity. When price doesn't, I cannot. In fact, I lose money. So I need to avoid these sideways market conditions. So step one was just avoiding these sideways market conditions. But that wasn't enough because I wanted to be making money. Then the solution came to me. Just because the macro market is ranging doesn't mean some coins aren't going up or down a lot. And that's when I doubled down on my altcoin trading, because even though Bitcoin and Ethereum were going sideways, if you were out there creating altcoin watch lists, putting alerts on key levels, you could find explosive coins that would go up loads. And you didn't even have to catch them early. As I showed last week with 2 trades, CFX and NEO, that had already pumped several %, I still gave you trades that made about 20% each. That is because you can look for bullish conditions within the ranging markets just on the right assets. And this was my strategy for most of 2018, the start of 2019. I would constantly share altcoin watch lists because I'd be waiting for those explosive movements so I could dive in and get my mini bull market conditions where I would make tons of money. These secrets should be able to save you a lot of time and money in the markets. I have tons of free resources out there. Now with these, you're going to actually be able to simplify your trading. You're going to be doing less work and making more money. That's the core thesis behind what I do and what I teach. Now, if you've made it to the end of the video, this message is exclusively for you. For the first time ever, I'm opening a mentorship program. If you want to work closely with me to accelerate your trading career, check out the link in the description below and see if it's a fit. I'm not interested in taking on a large group of people, so this will close up very quickly, and if you're interested, you'll want to apply now.